What's up, guys? On today's video, I am going to show you how to do the frame rail mod for the B-body. I have a frame rail here for 66 through 70 B-body. Your Road Runners, Chargers, satellites, any B-body. The left-hand frame rail from AMD is not quite right, and you probably have a problem getting your frame rail in and your firewall and everything lining up. Some of you might not even recognize it and just battle and fight with the floors, but today I'm going to show you how to fix that problem and where it's wrong at. So stay tuned. Alright guys, like I said in the intro, going to be doing the frame rail mod on your B-body frame rail, left hand side. I'm going to get the camera here and I'm going to turn around here and I'm going to show you what is wrong with it. I don't know, it's always been this way, never been able to put one in properly and they are just messed up. So I have here the factory frame rail, and I have the aftermarket frame rail. I'm not sure if this pertains to all of them, but I think it is, even the ones that are not AMD. I believe they are all wrong in this area. This is the B-body 1966 through 1970 frame rail, left hand, and I'm going to show you guys what's up with it. So I got my tape measure here and I have a factory frame rail. I cut this one off right at the flange to get it out of the car, which is right there. And I'm going to get my tape measure out here and show you. So basically, if you were right there at it, if you notice, let me lock this down. If you notice that the bend is right here at about 13 inches. Now, if you come over here to the aftermarket one and put this in there, you notice that it is at like 11 inches. That's 2 inches difference. So the problem with this frame rail being put into your car is that this splash shield and this piece lines up with that frame rail and gets welded to the top of the frame rail, and that frame rail kicks up way back here and it causes this to be pushed high, which causes it to not fit your floor. So where your floor comes in and kicks up, it keeps your floor high, and then if you weld it without all this stuff on, and then you hook your firewall to it, your firewall gets high, and then everything gets all out of whack. So the proper way to do it is to fix the frame rail, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go over here and let me put the camera up so that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, before I put it up on the stand here and show you guys what to do, I'm going to show you basically what I'm going to be using to accomplish this. You might not need all this. Some of you probably just use one drill, but I keep 2 drills set up, and I use these for drilling out spot welds and also drilling plug weld holes. So I got a pilot bit. I have my 5/16 bit for doing my plug welds, and then I have this bit that I specially made, and this is for cutting spot welds. So let me see if I can get it. So all this was a regular drill bit that I ended up grinding it, and I left a little nipple in the middle of it. That way it will guide itself in the center, which is the same size as this one. So I'll pilot drill it first, a little ways in, then I'll pilot drill it down into this one, and then I'll use this one to finish cutting out the edge to make it come loose. I have a straight die grinder, whatever you want to call it, tape measure, my gloves, have my safety glasses on, a hammer, a chisel, I use this a lot of the times, a scribe, the straight edge, and my air hammer. So you can either, the air chisel, you can use it or you can use a hammer. That's pretty much it, and the welder and the welding hood. So I'm gonna put this on the jig right here and I'm gonna get started. So first off, what I do is this needs to be at 13.5. So I pull off from my end, I come out to 13.5. And I just keep it straight in line with this. So I'm gonna put me a scribed line. And it's not gotta be 100% perfect. So 13.5, I'll just lay my straight edge in here, and then I'm gonna scribe my line over from here to my 13.5. Well, I went off with it. So I'm gonna go to my 13.5. Then I'm just gonna blend this in up through here. It don't have to be like 100%, however far you wanna go. So my 13.5 down here, and I'm just gonna come up with it. So now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm going to do the other side, and I'll show you what to measure it out to. Now this is the outside edge. As you can see, it's where all your shock tower stuff is, your bump stop and all. So this is the outside of the frame rail. And I'm gonna show you what you need to do on this one. So on this one, you need to come out 13 inches. So you're gonna go from the edge, and you're gonna come out here to 13. And you're gonna just scribe you a line so you know where to come to. 12 3/4, 13, it's not that super important. I'm gonna put it in here. I just do 13 and 13.5. I'm gonna come over to my line straight, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm just gonna blend it up through here. So we're just gonna come in here. So after you get it scribed, you can put those things away. I'm gonna flip it up and I'm gonna show you guys what to do on the top side. All right, so I have my frame rail kind of clamped up on here, but not really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drill these spot welds out, and I'm gonna peel this thing up. So I'm gonna get right at that. First thing I do is like 1/8 drill bit, pilot. I'm just gonna drill, and I just basically drill down till I think I'm about through the first layer in the center of them. And I don't wanna go through both layers. So once I get down through what I think is the top layer. I take my 5/16 and I'm going to drill it down until I start making a full circle for the full width of this. Just like that. So now I got it down to where I'm making full circle. We'll pop this bit out. And I'm gonna put in my flat bit that I custom made. And that's just gonna ride in there and I'm just gonna cut it out. And I actually hit it too hard and broke it. So I'm gonna go re-grind it. All right, I was gonna redo it, but I'm just gonna continue on. So I just went and re-sharpened it because the angle I'm trying to hold it while holding the camera has me off. So I ended up chipping it when I started. So we're gonna try again and I'm gonna try a different route at it. And you see how smooth that is? I might get down there close and show you. Can use something like this, a chisel or something, and just work it in there. See how easy it came out? I'll probably just go ahead and do this. It's undone on that side. And let's see this side. Can't get in there with the camera. That one's up, and that one's up. So now all I do is just peel this up. Now that's gonna leave me room to do what I gotta do next. All right, now I got it up, and this is the outside of the frame rail. So what I'm going to do, let me get my little pointer here. So what I wanna do is I'm going to leave this part attached, so I'm just going to cut straight down that. And then I'm going to cut this line, and I'm going to cut this line and take this piece out. Then I'm going to end up taking this piece and bending it down to here and up, and then I'll weld it to make this, change this angle, and I'll still be able to use this flange out here for welding. So just cut that out. Now I'm just going to hammer this down and I'm gonna end up bending it right here and putting that up. So I'm gonna get a pair of pliers to bend that with. All right, so I got my hand tongs and I'm just gonna use them to bend it. So I just wanna bend it where my corner is to go up. Pretty much like that. And when I flip it up on the end, you'll see on top when I go to weld it. So now I'm gonna flip it over and show you guys what to do on the other side. So now we're on the inside of the frame rail, and we got our line. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side, except for I'm gonna detach it from right here because this spot is open, and it's not gonna hurt that when I lay this down that this spot remains open. Or you can cut it right in here and lay that part down and that, but all you're gonna have is that little spot left attached, and if that's the case, you might as well take the whole thing off. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna cut this section, cut this down. This piece is gonna come out. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull this piece down to here, bend it, and lay that part down to there. Seeing if I can do this with the camera here. Now I have that part out of the way. I want to take this piece and I'm going to bend it down. And when I bend it down, then I'm going to bend this up. So I'll probably just go ahead and bend it up now, round about where I think it's going to be. I probably should have took out this one other spot weld on the top. That way that piece would lay down a little more. You can see it right there. I didn't realize it was gonna be that close. I'm gonna go ahead and get my drill and I'm gonna pop that last spot weld out right there. Got my drill, 1/8. Pop this piece off. That way that the piece will now lay down a little bit better. I wouldn't have bent it while ago before. it's going to be close. I'll just work it down a little bit more. I'll get this thing up out the way. And now pretty much shut. And I'm just going to put that down and we're going to weld it. Once I start welding down through here and I get near this spot, I'll hammer that part and get it where it needs to go. I'll set it up. I'm going to clean this and get ready to weld. All right, I'm set up to weld now. I'm going to get my right angle grinder and I'm just going to clean this area up so that I can weld it, and I'm going to do the same thing on this inside piece here. All right, now that I got it cleaned up, I'm going to weld this, hopefully. I'll just tack that and tack this in. And now I'm just going to weld it. I got it welded. I'm not really worried about the inside because it's going to get covered. I'm going to weld the other side now. And like I said, I was going to start up top here and work my way down. That way I can hammer this where it needs to go. I'm going to do a tack. And I'm going to weld it down to here and then hammer it. You can see it closed the gap and it worked it into that corner. I'm going to finish welding it out up to the end. Put a tack here and I'm going to weld it out. All the way up. Now you can see on the inside what it did, and now I'm going to just clean that up with my sander. I was straightening the flange up a little bit. Let me get another wheel. Back with another one. Clean up the other side. Clean it up a little bit with some Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna stand it up a little bit. Get it more 90. Now, that's pretty much done, and you can't really tell. I could sit and grind and clean all that, but there ain't no sense. It's gonna be up underneath the splash shields and all. It's not underneath the car. You ain't really gonna be able to tell. None of it's sticking above it. I'm gonna hit it anyways, and then I'm gonna spray it with some black. Grab the weld through and I'll spray it. I have etch weld primer. RS 512. They don't make this no more, but I'm gonna spray it so that it don't rust. Sorry if I was off camera. I wanted to lift it up because I didn't want to really spray my roll around cart here with it. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna come back and fold it down, and we'll start the weld back up the top on it. All right, it's pretty much dry. I'm just gonna fold this piece back down. Do a little hammering. I'm gonna get a screwdriver so I can lift that up a little bit so it don't look so bad. Because where it was bent, it's sticking down. So I kind of want to keep that up. I'm going to stick this in there, see if I can bend it without messing it up. So now it's going to get changed. My area of bend is going to be different. Just use some clamps here to work it down. I'm gonna go ahead and weld this top one, and then I'm gonna weld this one, and I'll wait on the bottom one. I'll weld them two, and now I'm just gonna try and work this down into the corner. Let's use 2 clamps, see if I can work it. Now they're all welded up, I'm just going to take my grinder and I'm going to clean them all up. I got 36. Now I could take and fill them holes and clean it and make it look a whole lot better. And this one here I did on purpose. I'm gonna make a video and show you guys how I fake a spot weld. So that is made to look like a spot weld. And I'm gonna make a video, so stay tuned if you want to see the video on how I make it look like there's a spot weld. So anyways, that was on purpose. All right, got it over here on another table, so I don't spray them all on top of my cart. And this is just OE coat RS 554 black. And that's it. Well guys, you got it. That's how you do the frame rail mod on the 66 through 70 B-body. Maybe that help you out and take away some of that struggle, because I'm sure if you can even get it to work in the car without doing the mod, more power to you. But that's how you fix it. That takes away all that fighting and stressing, and it makes it right. That's what we had to do with these aftermarket parts. People complain all the time about aftermarket parts and how they fit horrible and how they do this and how they do that. But if we didn't have these aftermarket parts, we wouldn't have nowhere to start, and it would be completely horrible trying to rebuild your car. Can you only imagine trying to hand fab a 66 through 70 B-body frame rail from scratch? I mean, at least now you got most of it there. They're not all right, but anyways, I'm glad you guys stay tuned, and please like, share, subscribe, and continue to let the channel grow. I'm not really wanting 1 million followers, but I do, because I need my mission field broadened so I can tell you guys about Jesus Christ and everything he does in my life, and how I'm so blessed to be able to do the things I do. Aaron had called me in the house the other day and said that the dryer was messed up, that it stopped working. I told her I'd get down there and look at it. So after work, I went down a little early and pulled the dryer out and worked on it, got it fixed. And right after I got it fixed, I just hit my knees and started praying to the Lord, thanking him for the ability to be able to take on any task. There's a lot of people out there that can't change a tire on a car, can't change a light switch, can't, I don't know, there are a lot of things that people can't do. You can't build a house, can't do electrical, can't sew, can't, I don't know, a lot of things. But anyways, I can, and I thank the Lord for it. I thank him for the blessings for me to be able to do those things, and giving me the mindset to be able to take on any task and any problem solving. Like, the way my mind works is I look at something and I can take it and build it in my head and move it around and make the things work. I guess you can kind of say that I'm autistic or whatever, but it's all because of the Lord that I can do these things. He give me the knowledge, he give me the talents and the skills to be able to do these things, and without him, I wouldn't be able to do it, and he loaned them to me. They're not mine. He could take them from me any day. He could take them from me right now by the end of this video. He could take me from this earth. If you don't know Jesus Christ, then I suggest you get to know him, because the retirement plan is out of this world.